Hello everyone, I'm Louis Verschelden, tagging expert at TAGGRS. Today we will set up Snapchat server-side tracking. This video is the sixth episode of this series and we will continue with the setup from our first video. So if you haven't seen that one, please check it out first. In that video we will explain how to do the GA4 server-side tracking setup, which is necessary for setting up other tags such as Snapchat. In the first video, we have set up our TAGGRS container, set up our server GTM container, and implemented GA4 server-side tracking. I will show you now what we already have that is necessary for our Snapchat setup, and we will continue from there. So we have our web container here, and our server container. We have our Google tag. We have our GA4 tag, which is pushing all events to our server container, and we have a TAGGRS tag, which measures the difference between web and server-side tracking. Then in the server container, we have a GA4 client who receives all the data, and a GA4 tag who sends all the data to GA4, and the TAGGRS server tag for measuring the difference between web and server-side tracking. I will show you how this works. You go in preview mode of the server container, go in preview mode of the web container. As you can see, our Google tag has fired here, sending a page view to our web container. The client is claiming it, and this tag is sending events to GA4. This will happen with all the other events as well, like view item, the GA4 tag fires, sends an event to our server container, and this pushes it to our GA4 property. But more about this in the first video on our YouTube channel. So we will start with the setup of Snapchat web container. I will close the preview pages. We will first go to ads.snapchat.com. Normally I'm logged in already. If you don't have an account yet, you will have to make one. You click on create ads and go to events manager. I have one already, but I'll make a new one for showing you how. So we'll make a new web snap pixel demo taggers. And the website is this one. Actually, I think we can skip this. We will choose a manual setup. Events that we will send. Yes, view content and page view. And this one's no. Start checkout, yes. Add payment info. Yeah, that will be sufficient. We have a WordPress e-commerce web shop. So these will be the main events that we are sending. Here you can see what parameters you can send. We will send price, currency, item IDs, email as well. Yeah, we don't have to click it. This is if you put the code manually, but we will use template tags in our web container. So you can just click next. This is also not necessary as we will use the template tag next. I see I have the same one again, but it doesn't matter. This is our tag ID. We will start with going to the template gallery. and choose for snap pixel. Yes, pixel ID. We'll save it in a constant so we can reuse it. Yes, this is correct. This will be the configuration tag as well because it will set some cookies. I will put the snap ID in the tag name so we can easily find it back. Triggering will be all pages, and we have to fill in something more. No, that will be, yes, we will send an event ID for deduplication. We already have this, but I will show you how to set this up. Go to the template gallery again, event ID, like to choose this one. Maybe the other one works as well. And we call it event ID. We have one already, so I will choose this one. This will make sure that we send a event ID from our web container and our server container. Well, this only from our web container, but we will send also one from our server container later. And this will make sure that the events get deduplicated. So I'm going to add it. And this looks fine for now. Can test the events. Preview mode. Sometimes it takes a long time to enter, so I won't wait. Maybe there's a you can use this one as well to check if it's sending events correctly. Yes. As you can see, our page view or our tag has fired with pixel ID, first party cookie, page URL. Yeah, this looks good. All right. This is looking fine. Let's check. Okay, didn't enter yet. We'll pin this for the better overview. Close these ones, and we will continue with the other events. If I go to shop, this will be a view item list, but we don't have that one. In Snapchat, I guess. We'll copy this one. To check view item lists. Nope, list view we have. So we can send this one as well. List view price. Actually, I'm going to skip this one because for setting up this one, we will need to write some custom JavaScript to add up all the prices like this one. But now we only have one product, but Normally you have more products in a view item list to have to calculate all the prices. All right, maybe it's in the data layer available. No, sometimes you have the value here available as well, but here we don't. So we will have to use custom JavaScript to calculate price 1 plus price 2 plus price 3, etc. So I will skip this one for now. Otherwise, this video will become a bit too long and difficult. We will do the view item, view content, rather. View content. The price will be with this data layer checker. You can easily take the price. This is the key e-commerce items 0 price. We'll create a data layer variable, TLV, like this. Price, item IDs. Maybe this one. And then what more do we have? Currency. Data layer variable. Currency, it's this one. We already have it. So I will select this one. And what more can we provide? Number of items, transaction ID. Yeah, nothing that we have now. Maybe the category. Item category, yes. Yeah, that seems sufficient. And we will call this one view content. As the event is sending view content, and this will fire on view item. Voila. Let's check. View content, yes. Perfect. It's sending all the data that we provided, so that's fine. Can proceed to add to cart as well. So we have add to cart here. I will just copy this one because it will be kind of the same. Add cart. Voila. I can choose this custom event because we already have it, but it's just a custom event with add to carts, as you can see in the data layer with this event name. Voila. Go in preview mode. Add to cart, perfect. With item ID, price, etc. All necessary fields. And then We could add more like add payment info, add billing and add payment info, add shipping info, etc. But for the length of this video, I will just keep it at purchase event. So we have view content, add to cart and purchase event. Um, we'll copy this one. Purchase. Voila. On the purchase event, we have user email and phone number as well. So that's an extra field we can provide, and you should provide it because it will help you get higher. Um, it will help you measure more conversions. For this one, it will be the purchase event. It's just a custom event like this. Well, I'll show you how to make it. This. So fairly easy. Voila, but we have it already. So we will first go into preview mode to check how the user email and user phone number is added in the data layer, and then we will capture it to fill in here. So continue with that. Well, that didn't work. So yes. Let's check the purchase events. We have a purchase event with a lot of parameters. Also, you have the first name, last name, email, phone. No phone, but we do have email. So, okay, we will continue with this info. This looks the same as the previous event, so we can leave the parameters we filled in. Let me check. Purchase event has fired. Yes, purchase event has fired. So here we have to take in mind that we have sent the price, but this is not correct. We have to send the value here. So we will change this one to e-commerce.value. This one, or this one, or we have another one here. E-commerce, I'll take this one. Because then it comes out of the same object. I prefer this. Price. Or do we have another one for value? No, it's price. So make a new data layer variable. Oops. I guess we have it already. Ah, nope. So transaction ID is also an important one. Transaction ID. Where are you? Here we are. like this. And then of course the user email, we can choose to send it non-hashed or hashed. If we send it non-hashed, it will be hashed for us. I will go that way. Um, then I have to pick uh, where is order data custom billing email. I'm using this data layer checker to easily do it, but if you don't have this plugin, you'll have to check into this. This will be order data dot attributes, order data dot customer dot billing dot email. But as you see, it's more difficult to do this than to use this tool. It's really easy. So I will continue with this one. We already have it. So this number of items, we could send that one as well. Quantity. See if we have it. Nope. Voila. That's it. We'll go in preview mode again. Purchase events. Yep. Sends the value. Now it's only this because I only bought one. Item ID, number of items, transaction ID. Yeah, perfect. Um, so the web snap has been set up correctly. We have configuration tag, the view content tag, add to cart and purchase. Now we will send the events from our web container to our server container, and actually we did this already in the first video. So on every e-commerce event, view item list, view item, add to cart, begin checkout and purchase, we send all the data to our server container with event ID for deduplication and also with user provided data. That means the email and phone that we have available. So I will show you how this looks. So if I make a purchase, so you see this purchase event fires the GA4 ecom tag. This will send sorry, data to our server container, as you can see, with all data that we provided. See here the value, the user data, etc. It will enter our server container. The client, the GA4 client, will model it into usable data, and this will send data to GA4. But so now we have the data available in our server container, as you can see here, value, etc. Also email. You see, email we have available as well. And now we can use this data to forward it to Snapchat. I will show you how we do this. Snap other events. Go to the template gallery, Snapchat. Um, because we have a good data layer and we forward all events from our web to our server container, and it's standard events because it's e-commerce. We have the standard purchase and add to cart, etc. We can choose for inherit from clients, and we can make it fire on every incoming event. So every time the client claims an event, we can let this Snapchat copy tag fire. It will use all the data available from the GA4 stream, so items, value, email, etc., everything. One thing we need to do is we have to fill in the pixel ID. That one. And a access token. The access token is available under, I think, business dashboards. Create a new token. I had to create one first, and now it will be available here. Let me check. Business dashboards. Here it is. So it's under business details. Copy this, paste it here, and we will check how it behaves. Unfortunately, we don't have a preview mode for Snapchat, such as we have for Facebook and Pinterest, etc. But we can just check the outgoing events if it makes sense. So we have a page view that is coming in, and our Snapchat event has fired successfully. You can check the outgoing event. And this looks fine. It's sending the Snapchat cookie. Events have been processed successfully, so this is good. Let's check for other events, a few items, add to carts, and also for purchase. Placing the order. So these events will have come in. You see it's failed. your item, for example. As we can see, it sends the contents, value, etc. It looks fine. This one failed. Let's see why. Invalid. Okay, we have to hash it. So we are sending it non-hashed from our web to our server container via Google J4 tag. So we will have to hash it when it's entering here. So we'll have to do a modification. I will do this with a variable. Hex formats. Okay. Value to hash. So we can see purchase event has entered our server container and the data has been modeled. So we can see user data. We have email here. So we'll have to pick this value and we can do this by making an event data variable. It will be user data dot email. Yes, event data user data. Oh, sorry, this is not correct. Email like this. Yep. Yes. And I hope that is fixed. It has been still failed. We still have this one. This is not good. So we will have to strip it. Let me think how we can do this. We will not send it like this. We will send snap email. You have to pick it from our event data, snap mail. Snap email. Voila. You have to make sure that it's not being sent to GA4, so you have to exclude it. Parameters to exclude email. This should do the job, I hope. One more trick I can show you to not always redo the whole process. To trigger the purchase event, can go into the console. First, type this allow pasting, then paste it. Without this, or it will leave an error. You can see it triggered a purchase event, purchase, and still failed. I have to. Oh, okay. Yeah, we forgot to hash it. Sorry. Mm, Now it succeeded because we sent the email hashed, as you can see here. Right. Then we have one more optimization. So as you may or may not know, when clicking on a Snapchat ad, Snapchat click ID, some random value like this will be added. And this also will, if it's available, it will, it's really necessary for measuring more conversions. And the snap tag, this one, reads this cookie value that we will set automatically. I will show you. It will also set a cookie. So this will set a cookie and read a cookie. Let's check if it does that correctly. Snapchat click ID. Well, as I can see, it's not setting it, so we will set it manually. Um, Creator. Snapchat click ID. We will query it from the URL. Snapchat click ID. Don't forget to give the permissions to set it. Mhm. Voila. As you can see, this cookie has been set, and normally should send also the Snapchat click ID automatically with our server container. So that's it. We had some problems with the email, but managed to fix it. I think I didn't forget anything. Um, oh, I might have forgotten anything. Something. Let's check if it's sending the event ID. Well, it's not sending event ID from the server container, so we will have to manually add it. With some tags, it sends it as well. Event ID, because we send it from our GA4 event. Event ID, we can pick it from our event data here. Like this. Let's try, for example, the view contents, events, as this ID, and then our server event sends the same 220, 2210, 2210. So it sends the same event ID, so this will be necessary for deduplication. Yeah, that's it, I guess, for the setup. You can also find a really good blog post about the setup, where it's explained step by step how to do this setup. And one more thing I want to show you is that we also have a template gallery. In this template gallery, you can find a lot of templates for different CMS systems. Now we use this for WordPress e-commerce, but you have also, for example, WooCommerce, we use it. For example, Lightspeed e-commerce, profit tracking e-commerce, Shopify, um, etc. So I will stop here. I'm thinking I didn't forget anything. No. So yeah, thanks for attending this event. If you have any questions, please put it in the YouTube comments, or you can also send me a message or one of the TAGGRS team. We're always happy to help you out. Bye bye. Thank you.